DeSclafani, I'd be fine with playing at 7,900. They're in San Francisco against Colorado, so I'm not as worried since it's not in Coors. He already handled this team easily once already this year, earlier in the year, so I could see myself looking at him if I was playing, more than 2 or 3 lineups. I could definitely see myself playing a DeSclafani lineup. I love Buster Posey. I'm glad to hear DC, it's his favorite play on the slate because he's the first guy that kind of stuck off the page. Jared Walsh against Jordan Lyles, I could go to at 4.3. I think for the most part, shortstop's going to be a spend-up spot for me. I could see myself just going right to Corey Seager, 5,100.
Run Pure Sports, what is up? We're going to swing for the fences or circle the bases or whatever the hell we're calling this show these days. I got Titletown with me. I got the Hoopage with me. We've got a massive Up to Lock show today. Our premium content, as always, is amazing. If you missed yesterday with me and Big T and JSU, and then Hoop stopped by, and then did you stop by? Was that yesterday, Hoop?
Uncle, you guys had Uncle T and
never mind.
Phallic
Different day.
Yeah. K Phallic. All you got to do is poke K Phallic a little bit, and you make it. He's always listening in the background. So if you make one comment he doesn't like, next thing you know, he's showing up. But it's a good thing because K Phallic's a smart guy.
So you were there a different day, right, Hoop? Would that be?
Yeah, I hopped on last week one day, but I was listening yesterday. Very very solid show all the way up to lock.
Thank you. Well, K Phallic decided to tell all of us. Was it Nick Madrigal or was it the other M guy with them? One of the stiffs. Madrigal, that's what it was, because we called him Madrigal.
Yeah, he said he had no power or something.
He goes, right? Oh no, Tony. Yeah. Tony, don't play Nick Madrigal. Don't play him. Well, thank God we all played him. That's all I'll tell you. Unfortunately, I had Colin Kikuchi, so that didn't work out too well, but the White Sox did. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I listened. He said no power, he can't play him. Tony said he's locking him in. Got to chalk that one up to another Big T victory there.
Yep, there you go. We hate to admit it, but it does happen. So Tony, JSU, DC up to lock. Members never win, right? Hoop, is that true that members never win when they sign up for Run Pure Sports?
That's what they say. That's the word on the streets, but it continues to be proven wrong. And our boy yesterday, Denelli, I believe that's how you pronounce it, Denelli 147 won 10K, and I believe that was off a ticket too. So he won a ticket into this contest and ended up shipping 10K. So a very small investment there, turned it into 10K. So congratulations to our boy Denelli 147 for taking down that 5-figure win.
I always wonder when they have these numbers after them. Like seriously, you couldn't get the first one, that you had to be the 147th. There's numbers in yours though, right? You got a number in yours, or no? You're just Hoop.
I had 2410. I mean 2410. I mean it's my two numbers. It's my baseball and basketball number when I was a kid. So I just always toss it right on the end of everything. 2410. So there's a little logic behind it. I don't know what Denelli. I don't know the significance of 147 on Denelli, but that's the 2410 in Hoop.
Who cares? He won 10K. Yesterday, monster viewership, monster likes. Titletown, please set the like count for today's show, or we'll never do another free show ever. How about that?
Well, we'll give it a little bit. Let some people trickle in. They're still getting off of work, getting in their car, tuning in late. So we'll come back to that and we'll set a number.
Oh, I'm setting it at 250 then right now. We're not. They'll show up today. They love the show. The show's getting bigger. It's 250. Title, you want to see the numbers later? We'll up it up. We'll up it up a little bit. But let's get into this slate here. Monster slate. A monster, I should say. And yes, chat, K Phallic does need to answer for that. And don't let him say, oh, I got pneumonia. If you're going to show up, If you're sick, it doesn't matter. You got to get the call right. You can't get people off of guys that are getting 28 DK points for no cost. It's unacceptable. Title, who are we looking at pitcher here? Give me a little core of guys you're looking at headed into tonight.
Yeah, tonight's tough. Yesterday was pretty focused around certain amount of guys, Darvish's, Cole's, Kikuchi's of the world. Now we get a monster 14-game slate. The best arm on the slate talent-wise for me is Brandon Woodruff, but we do have a little weather concern in Kansas City that I'm going to monitor. It's too early to tell anything yet, but he might not be completely 100% safe. And even if he is, he's not a complete standout. He's the highest priced pitcher on the slate at 10.2K, which is right. There's other good pitchers. Zach Wheeler, I have interest in at 10K against the Marlins. Good strikeout matchup, good upside there. He seems safe. The big question for me on this slate is Blake Snell. He's 8.9K on DraftKings, 8K on FanDuel. I expect people to go to him for sure with that price tag. He has great strikeout stuff, but his pitch count's definitely concerning. He hasn't made the 6th inning once this year, which is definitely a concern on FanDuel where you want that quality start. He is a nice discount from the Wheeler, from the Woodruffs of the world, though. His control, the lack of going deep into games, and his ownership, I'm going to be down on him in tournaments today and focus either on the Woodruff and Wheeler, or I'm going to go down to Andrew Heaney at 7.8K. I like this matchup a lot against Cleveland. Cleveland they haven't struck out against lefties the most. Luplow got hurt yesterday. I don't expect him to be in lineup, which is a bump. He's good against lefties. I like that price tag. Their bats I like are kind of expensive today. I have a stack in mind that you do have to pay up for a little bit. So it's going to be Heaney. And then I'm going to look to pair him with either Wheeler or Woodruff, depending on weather in tournaments.
All right, Hoopage. Let me ask you a question before you get into your guys. Chris Bubik, he's 4K on DraftKings. He's a free square, and he's going up against Milwaukee. And he had 6 Ks in his last outing against Detroit. I feel like Milwaukee is not going to make a ton of contact against the left-hander again. What are your thoughts on Bubik?
On a different slate, yes. On this slate, I don't think so, because there's just no offense that we really need to pay up for. I mean, DraftKings continues, and I talked about it yesterday, and it's very unfortunate. They continue to do just such a piss poor job at pricing these slates. I mean, just so bad. The clear cut top offenses are just so easy to get exposure to without having to sacrifice much at pitcher. There's really no bats that are super expensive that you want to play. Makes it tough to pay for, all the way down 4K at a pitcher. I don't think you have to do it tonight. Yes, you can. I mean, pitching is wide open. This guy could outscore some of the more expensive guys, but there is some risk associated with him. I don't think you have to do it today. There's just not the bats to really pay for.
Okay. So who do we got here? I'm just throwing out, I'm going to throw Corbin out there. I'm going to throw Wheeler and Woodruff. I mean, there's a lot of options, like you said, which is why you don't think you're going down to Bubik. So tell me who and why is in your pool tonight a pitcher?
Yeah, just a lot of options that seem similar to me. And I think a lot of these guys end up with similar outputs. Woodruff, I think, has the most upside, but there's weather with that game. It does look like it's improving a little bit. And, if it's a green light to play him, then, 10.2K, I have interest in him. Wheeler gets a good matchup at home against the Marlins. I think he's clearly in the conversation. Blake Snell, a guy that's showing off to be pretty good. It's a good matchup here, obviously, at home against this pitiful Rockies offense. So I definitely have interest in him. Heaney, 7.8K. I do like him. It's a good price tag on him as well. Those are the 4 guys I'm primarily going to be focused on today. In cash games, it's going to be some combination of those 4 guys, I think. Outside of that in tournaments, you can start going to some of these other options. But for me, those are the 4 guys that I'm going to be focusing on today.
Okay, very good. I think it was quick and painless here with the pitching, despite the fact that there's so many guys. Title, I'm looking at all these guys. Is there one guy that you think is going to be popular that you would say stay the hell away from?
I think ownership's going to be pretty spread out. I really think I think Snell is going to get most of the ownership with that reduced price tag. And it's not going to be like a crazy. I mean, Cole was 80% yesterday in the 121, where Darvish was like 38%. I don't think it's going to be anything like that. But I mean, people know the name Blake Snell. We know he has a lot of strikeout upside. You get the discount price, the no weather concern. I just think he's gonna be the most popular. And in tournaments, he's definitely not gonna be in my main lineup. There's too many concerns, walk wise, pitch count wise, where I'm not gonna play a chalkiest guy like that. So he'd be the one that I'm gonna be underweight in tournaments. Cash games, he's definitely not safe. I do not know where I'm going yet in cash games either. It's a tough slate for pitching. Woodruff, we just got to look at the weather too. But it's those four, the ones that stand out, and ownership's not going to be crazy. So I'm not going to get too cute in tournaments.
All right. I got a couple announcements for you. First of all, one guy says this is the first time I'm wearing a hat. I don't wear hats very often. I couldn't find my good. Look at this. I mean, can you even tell it's a disaster today title? I mean, you're the hair guy.
It's looking good.
Okay. Screw it. I'll take the hat off. You're right. I'm uncomfortable. I don't like hats. DK sent me some free stuff. I wore it, whatever.
You have some tennis elbow going on there?
What?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, tennis elbow or something.
How'd you
saw
know?
the rat.
It's been 3.5 months now is the problem, and then I go back to the gym. I have to work out. I can't just sit here and do nothing.
Yeah.
So
I had that. I had that last year pretty bad. And what I was doing, when you go to the gym, it makes it worse. I got, who knows if it worked or not, but one of those sleeves that goes over your elbow, like when you work out. We think it was like copper. What is it? Yeah. Copper something.
All right, sleeve.
Seemed to help it a little bit. I don't know.
It worked.
Compression sleeve.
Well, here's the deal, and no one gives a shit. But since Hoop brought it up, why not have a conversation here? So the chiropractors who you're supposed to go to, and we did a whole bunch of treatments, stim, all that other stuff, just didn't work that much. Then they're like, go get a cortisone shot. I'm not getting a shot, so I'll try the sleeve now. You know, you can't stay away from the gym. Yeah, what am I going to do? Like, you're not going to stay away from the gym for that long. So screw it. Yeah. How long did it last? This has been
it was a while for me too. I mean, it was like, I'd say a good, year and a half or so that I had. I couldn't shake it. I had it for a long time. Like, I don't know, but I was working out, going to the gym 4 days a week. So obviously if you're going to continuously do that, it's not going to heal. But eventually it kind of just went away. So,
all right, good. So we'll try that. Okay. Next thing, where is DC? As I mentioned at the top of the show, and maybe you were not listening, so I'll be happy to remind everybody, DC is on our Up to Lock show today for premium subscribers. Oh, really? I got to pay for DC? Today you got to pay for DC. Today you got to pay for DC, Tony, JSU. We're going to be switching it up in and out. But if you haven't signed up, RPS Heater 25, new promo code for the site, 25% off your first payment. Works for monthly subscriptions only. RPS Heater 25. If you want 5 days of DC, we're not giving you 5 days of free DC anymore. We're not giving you 5 days of Tony for free anymore. We'll give you maybe 1 or 2 days of title for free. You'll get a scrub like me. Hoop will be nice enough to show up, but that's it. Like, you're not getting 5 free days of DC anymore. We're not doing it. You're not getting 5 free of the Big T. We're not doing it. Last thing to let you know. 350 likes is what G Risen just set the like total at. He likes dropping his home run call in the chat. Him and D-Rock, by the way. Did you see what G Risen did yesterday?
Yeah.
You sent out the tweet to remind me that I won the bet.
Yeah.
He goes, Schwarber, home run. Yesterday he said, we need 300 likes. I'll give you my home run call. So, I mean, if we get 350, maybe he'll be nice enough to do it. But you're going to need a lot of likes. If you guys bet, or if you're looking for like a home run call in DFS, G Risen's in there, dude. G Risen's in there. So I holy goat Trinity. What does that mean? But I really recommend you hit the like button for none else than to make G Risen happy. He had double hernia surgery. He's on a lot of pills right now. He's not feeling good. And this is going to make him feel better. And yes, as one person said,
the chat really wants the K-phallic L. They want the official L on the Up to Lock show because it was a rough round yesterday for our boy K-phallic.
Hey, Title, do you have K-phallics? Can you like text him? Are you guys buddies, or you guys really don't talk that much? Do you?
In Discord we talk once in a while. He's a sharp mind for sure, but I don't have his phone number or something.
I don't even want him on here. Last night, such a disgusting, horrible call. We're all allowed them. But that was just, and especially going after Big T. Like, if you go after Big T, you better be right, like I am, like Title is. But if you're going to go after him and then make the call that doesn't work. All right, Hoop, I know we got to get going. Let's do it. Enough screwing around.
I mean, talking about being right against Big T, I don't think I've ever been wrong against Big T. The problem is I can never get him to take the L's. Like it's something, I don't know. Big T, it's tough to get him to take the L. You know, we saw what happened with the Carson Wentz thing. Big T and I have worked together for 6-7 years. Like, in order to get an L out of Big T, you absolutely have to force it. So there's not a lot of upside in going after Big T because he's going to let you know when you're wrong. But when he's wrong, you have to pry that L out of him. So there's not a ton of upside in going after Big T. K-Fallic will learn.
That's the other thing. Like, when you do beat him, he's like, yeah, but this happened and this happened. So you know what? Yeah. K-Fallic and Big T, you guys are meant for each other. Anyways, when's hot dog day, Jay Reed? I don't know. I got to eat this stupid hot dog. I'll eat it at some point in time. I promise.
I'm with you on that. I mean, we are in lockstep on the hot dog thing. Hot dogs are freaking disgusting.
Disgusting.
On side note.
I don't get it. All right. My son was smart, though. He just took the bun away and was like, broke it in half, chewed it up, spit it out. It's disgusting. Catcher today. So this is interesting. Do we want to spend up at catcher? Do we just throw the catcher from the team that we're stacking? What are we doing at catcher? And I'll start with you here, Title Town. We got James McCann going up against the lefty. If Danny Jansen's in there, he's always going to be my cheap punt catcher. I love Donnie Johnson. He's min price. Today he's 2.4K. All right, so he's not min price anymore, and he's 2K on FanDuel, so he is. Or do you pay up? You go all the way up with guys like Contreras or Will Smith. What's the plan of attack, buddy?
I mean, you just took the words right out of my mouth in pretty much every tier. So
okay,
James McCann in the mid tier, 3-3 against the lefty. If he's in the lineup in the 4-hole, which I'm expecting, we always love James McCann, the upside at that price tag. So he's definitely my favorite. If you're going to punt it, Danny Jansen, like you said, you're getting exposure to one of the top offenses on the slate in Toronto. I like him at 2.4K if he cracks the lineup. If I'm going all the way up, Will Smith is my guy. I do like these Dodgers today against Kelly. Will Smith is one of the best hitting catchers in baseball, 4.9K. So those are the three tiers that I would land on. In tournaments, though, you can always just punt your catcher completely, throw him in whatever stack you have, and go on that way, since nothing stands out as, I mean, none of these guys are must plays, but those are the 3 top plays in each range, I think.
All right. Just out of nowhere, I want to let you know that the Globe Life Field will close their roof today. So just so you know that. And then a guy named Bailey Ober is starting for Michael Pineda today. That's interesting as well. So, Hoop, let's go. Let's get into this here with you, buddy. And since we took everybody, you're obviously going first on first base, but what do you got a catcher? Did we miss anything?
Yeah, I mean, not much to add. I mean, if I'm going up, it's Will Smith. If I'm in that mid tier, it's likely going to be James McCann, who has a good price tag facing the lefty. We don't have the Mets lineup yet, though, so should get that here pretty soon. And just one more name to add to the conversation, if you're looking to fully punt, Andrew Knapp is batting 7th, and he is 2.3K. So we have a full-on punt. Not the worst option at the position. But, yeah, if you're stacking – just go with the catcher in your stack, punt. You got guys in every tier that I think are playable. It's a shitty position for DFS really all around.
Brosiv, how many likes for Holden and Hoop to eat hot dogs together on a stream? I mean, I already got to eat a hot dog. And personally, I would not ask Hoop to do that. It's unhealthy.
I am firing up the grill tomorrow. So, I mean, if you choose to eat the hot dog at some point tomorrow, maybe I'll join you if we get to a certain number on the,
okay.
Are you up to lock? If you're up to lock tomorrow, I'll be grilling. Maybe I'll fire up a hot dog and join you.
My ex-wife kept the grill, so I put meat in it so that a bear would come and completely destroy the grill. So anyways, Hoop, first base. Don't mess with me, Hoop. I'm just saying. What do you got, Hoop? What do we got at first base today?
So first base, we have some solid options.
Your title. Oh, uncomfortable now.
I'm not uncomfortable. You just made it. I just shake my head.
And my kids love Bears, so it's not a big deal. It's a free show. Hoop, first base.
A lot of options at first base. One of the better offenses to attack tonight is going to be Tampa Bay. They're on the road facing Matt Harvey in a nice hitter's ballpark, and you get 2 first basemen in good lineup spots. G-Man Choi, 3.6K. You get Yandy Diaz batting 5th, 3.3K. Those are the guys I think they're both very, very strong options. We got a nice punt at the position if you want to go all the way down. Like you said, Pineda is scratched. So this White Sox offense, after just going off last night, finds itself in a similar spot tonight going against Bailey Ober. Jake Lamb, 2.6K. You can play him at first base. You can play him at outfield. A very, very solid punt option tonight. If you want to spend at the position, which I would not recommend doing, I think we have some really good value options here. You could go to maybe Luke Voigt, assuming he gets that good lineup spot. He hit the dong, I believe, in the 8th or 9th inning last night. But really, to me, this is a position that you can save some salary. Josh Bell as well, 3.3K. Played him yesterday. He did fine. Got on base a couple times, scored some runs. Another guy that could potentially pop depending on his lineup spot, Mike Ford, 3.7K. But really, I think the three guys that stand out for cash games and even in tournaments, Choi, Diaz, and then Jake Lamb at 2.6K, who you can play in the outfield as well. So we have some solid options. Yesterday, first base was not great. We talked about it on the show today. I think first base is a good position. And like I said, we have 3 or 4 very solid options.
Hey, Title, I'm all about G-Man Choi tonight. And I just want, before we get into first base from you, what do you think about targeting Matt Harvey this evening?
Yeah. I mean, there's no clear pitcher to target on today's slate. I mean, we don't have massive 6 total or anything. They're all pretty relatively low. And Matt Harvey, we've been picking on him for the past couple of years now, especially with lefties. So there will definitely Austin Meadows' price, we'll get there later, is just ridiculous on DraftKings too. Brandon Lowe, I mean, it's going to be a pretty popular mini stack, 3-man stack. So I definitely like G-Man's Choice price tag for sure. But it's not a sneaky play.
Where else do you want to target?
I like Josh Bell a lot for the similar price tag, 3.3K. Zach Davies is another guy I love picking on. I mean, he throws very soft. Josh Bell, the lefties, Juan Soto, Schwarber will get there. I think the lefties are a very good place to target. I think going up, there are some options. Freddie Freeman, the Braves, I always like getting exposure to that offense. If you're going to go the Heaney route, and maybe like a Snell or something, you'll have some money to spend up. Freeman, Muncy, if you're going with the Dodgers, I think the Dodgers are in a good spot today. Those 2 are my favorite spend ups. Otherwise, you're just going to the G-Man Choice or Josh Bell's.
Sean V bringing up the coming off of paternity list narrative. He says the only pitcher to be good off of the maternity list, it's paternity, right? Yeah, because they're dads. Is Max Scherzer. Sean V, I'm not buying into the narrative. I mean, every guy has to deal with their wives having kids. We never get credit for putting up with them or the children at that age. So see Hoop's smirking over there. He knows Corbin's going to be fine, man. If he sucks tonight, it's not because he had a kid. I'll tell you that much. You know, it's not because he had a kid.
We didn't talk about him. He's really cheap. He's another option on DraftKings. The reason I didn't talk about him is I'm not going to go there, but he's 6'1". He's really cheap, coming off a good start. People are going to go there in tournaments too.
I am.
Yeah.
I like Corbin, man. But here's the deal. That's the ultimate boomer bust right there, because he's had no in-between starts this year. He's either been terrific or he gets rocked and he can't find the strike zone.
He's someone I play at lower ownership. When he gets popular,
you think it's higher?
For that reason, I don't think it's going to be crazy, but at that price, he's the one that sticks out down there.
Well, I mean, that just gets back to the ownership discussion again. You know, who we were having yesterday. Like, it's baseball. Do we really worry about it that much? No.
I agree.
No.
I mean, Cole yesterday, if I knew Cole was going to be 80% in that tournament, I mean, then that gets a little high, I think, but no one's going to be 80% on today's slate.
Okay. We got Nate Lau and Brandon Lowe. So we got Brandon Lau, and Nate Lowe. Okay. Second base, Brandon Lau against, I guess I just want to play the Rays. And I think that's probably what a lot of people are going to do tonight. So Title, let's try and find some other dudes that we can roll out there. I always like attacking Zach Davies, maybe a little Josh Harrison action. You guys were already talking about Bell. Why not go Bell and Harrison? What is some of your player pool here at second base tonight?
Brandon Lau is definitely he's going to be one of the most chalky guys on the slate. I like him in cash games for sure. I like this Toronto. We like picking on Harvey against lefties. Outside of him, like a Kiki Hernandez at 3.4K in the leadoff spot, maybe if you want to go cheaper. He's going against the lefty. I don't love Boston today, but there's some cheap exposure there. if Gavin Lux makes the lineup at 3.3K, I'd really like that. I'm picking on Kelly today. I like the Dodgers. Give me Gavin Lux. Hope he does make the lineup. It's going to be a pretty condensed pool for me, though. Maybe a full punt, whoever cracks like the top of the lineup. If our Jose Peraza gets in the lineup, or a Kim or something on San Diego. It's not a good position. It's Brandon Lau is going to be by far the most popular. I hope Gavin Lux gets in there. He'd be my mid-tier guy, and then just full punting a Peraza or something if they make the lineup down low.
The more I look at this weather in Chicago, wind kind of blowing in and across. And
Lux is, I must have missed the Dodgers. Oh, yeah, 22 minutes ago, I did miss it. Lux is in. He's been 8th.
Yeah.
I still like him at 8th and this lineup. Second so bad he won't be played. I didn't miss that lineup. Sorry for interrupting you.
It's all right. It's gonna be gross actually in Chicago tonight. I don't like playing it when the wind's blowing in or a crosswind with it in the 60s and a little bit damp. So I'm just gonna throw that out there, Hoop. Second base. Thoughts on your player pool there?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty gross position. I mean, we don't have a lot of these lineups, so it's going to be hard to really nail down specific plays. But Brandon Lau is, the class of the position tonight. Second base, fly ball hitter against Harvey, which is what you want. The price is very, very fair. He is he's the main guy that I'm looking at. Curious to see who leads off for Boston. I agree, Kiki Hernandez could be a solid option if he leads off. If Marwin Gonzalez has that leadoff spot, he's only 3-4. And then, if you're not going low, you're probably just punting the position, to be honest. And we're going to kind of need to see who's in the lineup and who's not. There's not too much more. I mean, to me, Lau is by far the best option. I'm going to be playing him. And you can play in tournaments, cash games. Definitely the best option at the position as it stands now. I mean, once we get more of these lineups, things could change a little bit, but as it stands right now, Lau is the clear second baseman play.
I want to remind everybody, if you're missing Big T or DC or JSU, they are going to be on the premium show, which is coming up a little bit after us. And Monday through Friday, we changed it up a little with baseball. So in basketball, it was 45 minutes before tip, and then we'd stay on a while longer. Here, we'll go on a little bit before then, and who knows? I mean, up to first pitch, after first pitch, we're on for a long time, not just messing around, like giving legit commentary, and you're getting the cores from the best players in the world. And that's just how it is. So RPS Heater 25% off your first payment if you would like to go that direction. I highly recommend it. I couldn't recommend it enough. You know what, Hoop? We've been doing this long enough. It's not easy to win when you don't at least have a guide. Sure, there's guys that open up websites and stuff like this. And, Big T, sure, he still listens to other guys that we have here. He bounces stuff off of you guys. It's not easy, man. And I don't think people realize that.
Yeah, I mean, in this day and age, I mean, even myself, like, I think I'm pretty well-versed DFS player. Like, even for no other reason, just in case you miss something, like you might miss something. And that's why I always go through all our content. I'm primarily a cash game player. I go through the chords every night. I go through the playbook every night just to make sure I'm not missing anything. And a lot of times I do miss stuff, and it's good to kind of fall back on that. And the one thing, that we built here, we're way different than these other sites. One price, everything on the site. A lot of the competitors, I mean, you see it, it's all projection based stuff. They're just giving you the numbers. Hey, these are the projections. Look at this, look at that. We have all that stuff. Like I always say, we have all the projections. We have all the numbers. We have all that crap. We take it a step further and help you really nail down your player pool. That's why the cores are so valuable from them. The best tournament players in the world. I mean, our whole team is phenomenal, but just at the top of that list, Big T, JSU, Draft Cheat, guys like that. I mean, you're getting their plays for the night. These guys have crushed DFS specifically this year. I mean, it's been a phenomenal run for our team, but one price for everything. We've got that promo DFS Heater 25. Gets you 25% off your first payment with a monthly package over here. So come check us out.
Do it. We do have a couple guys in the chat going, Jazz Chisholm. I mean, listen, he's going up against Wheeler. It's not easy, but this dude is stealing 1 or 2 bases. He just came back too off the injury list, but he gets on base. He steals bases. That's fine in the tournament. I don't mind that at all.
And
You're never
second
going to get
sucks.
me. What's that?
I said, and second sucks. So you don't mind.
Yeah.
I mean, he has upside. I wouldn't hate that at all.
Yeah, very few times am I going to be like Kay Fallick and say, that's a horrible play, Just don't do it. It's tournaments. If you guys find something, go with it. It's like if you guys find something, go with it. That if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. It doesn't work out for a lot of us. In tournaments, a lot. But you're trying to differentiate yourself. I mean, if you get Jazz Chisholm at 0.9%, we say ownership doesn't matter, but if Jazz Chisholm gets you 25 points at 0.9%, then you're up in the field. So maybe it doesn't matter as much when it's highly owned, but the lower owned guys can really separate you, especially in a bigger tournament. Okay, we are on to the third base position. Hoop. Oh, here's another one. I mean, we could go high. I don't mind Bregman against a left-hander ever, but he's 5'7" tonight, and that's extraordinarily expensive. I know you're going to tell Matt Duffy to go bite himself because he's Matt Duffy, but he's 3-4 on DK against Patrick Corbin tonight. And that there's a couple other guys too, but I'd rather hear from you on your pool here at third base.
Yeah, I mean, I was, floating through the games yesterday. I saw the Cubs scored some runs, and I knew they were towards the middle of the lineup. I was like, son of a bitch. If Matt Duffy hit a freaking home run after all that shit we talked yesterday, I said it's gonna be a tough go. Thank God, I think he hit a single and the guy behind him hit a home run. But we went after Big T's boy Duffy for a while yesterday. In regards to third base, one of the stronger positions I think on this slate, have a lot of options. Like you said, Alex Bregman, very strong option. Moncada, I really like 4.7K on DK. Batting third gets the better matchup now that Pineda has been scratched. Manny Machado, 5.3K against the lefty. Really, really like him. And then we just got the Mets lineup and Jonathan VR batting leadoff. He's only 3.3K. Very, very strong option. So we have, a few guys in every price tier. We got the Machados and Bregmans of the world. And then you want to get to the mid-4 range. Moncada, strong option. If you want to save money, VR at 3.3K, I think is a very, very strong option at this position. It's loaded up. You could even go down if you're going to stack the Rays, Joey Wendell, 4.5K. You can play him third base, shortstop. Just like I said, very strong position. Probably, I mean, for me, I'm looking at this as probably the strongest position on the board tonight, outside of outfield, obviously.
Kay Fallick showed up in the chat and hit the I don't like button. Way to show up, Kay Fallick. Congratulations. Great call on Madrigal last night, though. Or, hold on. Was it Madrigal again? Yeah. Madrigal? Yes, that's exactly who it was. But thanks for showing up, Kay Fallick. Maybe you should take the day off. Title, third base.
Yeah, Hoop said it pretty well. I think if you're going all the way up top, Manny Machado against the lefty again. He homered yesterday. He's in a very strong spot. Padres will be overlooked late game. They always are. Otherwise, Yohan Moncada, 4.7K. You get the increase, or you get the bump with Pineda out. 4.7K for a power speed guy in the middle of the order. I always like playing these White Sox. They're so good. I'm definitely going to go back to some of them today. And then Jonathan VR, he'll probably be one of the more popular ones, batting leadoff, 3.3K, little power speed combo too. I don't love the Mets today. It's just mainly that price tag that stands out the most. One other guy that Hoop didn't mention right around that price tag, if you want to pivot, is Austin Riley. He's in the 6 hole. He homered again yesterday as well. I like this Braves lineup. He'll probably go really low owned and has the upside as a pivot. So third base definitely is very good. All different tiers. Way to go.
Okay. Nick Story wants us to recap our pitchers again. We'll do that at the end of the show. And then if we forget, which is the title, you're in charge of that, to remember that. If we forget, you can always go back and watch the show from the beginning, and then you can watch it that way. Second of all, Spencer.
One last one on FanDuel. Gene Segura is 2.6K. That's definitely value over there.
Spencer, Holden, you're acting different today. Yeah, I'm upset at socialists, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Had a tough day with the socialists, and going to put a smile on and just keep doing the show. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do right now.
Heard all about it pre-show. You guys don't want to hear it, chat. Don't worry.
Your city's heading in that direction.
What, Denver? No, Denver's fine. I'm trying to travel somewhere, and They don't want us, man. They don't want us out here. It's too bad. Don't visit our state, even if you're healthy. So thanks for asking, Spencer. I'm sure that answered your question. Also, G. Risen's given out his home run call today. Yesterday, he hit with Schwarber. G. Risen, why don't you post what it's going to take for our viewers to get this going today? Our little home run call, which has turned into a big thing last night. Title, would you like to go first at shortstop? Why don't you go first at shortstop? Trey Turner, hey, every game you're getting between 13 and 23 points from Trey Turner, but he's $6K on DraftKings, and that's extraordinarily expensive. You can get anybody on FanDuel. He's 4-2 there. So maybe start with your thoughts on him, and then where else to go? I mean, shortstop, honestly, it sucks.
You couldn't have said it any better. It does suck. It sucks. I mean, to be honest, what's standing out is just going kind of down. Willy Adames, getting a piece of that Tampa team. Nothing stands out. Like you said, I'm not paying that much for Trey Turner in this matchup today. I'd rather go and get guys like a Manny Machado, Yohan Moncada, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, just other positions that I have more interest in at better bats up top. So I'm either going to throw someone in my stack at shortstop. What's always yesterday's key thing for tournaments that I think is important. Tim Anderson was like really, really chalky yesterday. Mendick was in the 8 hole at 4%, and Tim Anderson was 40+% in tournament I was in. Don't be afraid to just stack the bottom of the order on some of these teams. It'll make your roster construction different. They still have upside. So I'm looking at some of these. Freddie Galvis in the 6 hole. I know Big T always talks about him. He has some power, 3.4K. Dansby Swanson, 4.1K. He has a better price on FanDuel. He's only 2.3K. I don't love the shortstop position. I'm mainly going to use it where I'm stacking. I'm going to try and get somebody in my lineup there, or just go all the way down to Adames with a Tampa Bay team I like.
Okay. So again, is it a Freddie Galvis night tonight against Patino? Who just get me off of these Big T specials, man. Just tell me.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We're saving guys like that for the Up to Lock show. Okay, and that's the show that'll cover guys like Galvis. Yeah, shortstop sucks. I mean, it's just a shitty position tonight. Any of the guys that are decent are really expensive. Tim Anderson's been good, but 5.5K. Bo Bichette, 5.6K. I mean, you're paying a premium for a lot of these guys. Joey Wendell, I don't hate, 4.5K. And then Lindor. I mean, he hasn't been great. It's been a rough stretch for him, obviously, but he's 4.7. He's a little cheaper than those guys at the top. I don't hate going to Lindor at 4.7. You're going to have the salary to kind of do whatever the hell you want. So I don't think he is the worst play on the slate, but the position is not great. I mean, even like Bogarts, I'd like Bogarts, but 5.8K. I mean, do I really want to spend that much at this position? Probably not. Swanson, I think, is a fair price tag at 4.1. It's going to be one of the last positions I fill out. I'm going to get all my other hitters that I want, come back to shortstop. If I have enough, maybe I do have enough to spend. If I do, that's fine. I'll lock in the security of some of those guys. If I don't, I'll just punt and feel fine about it.
Shortstop eligible too, 2.2K all the way down there if you can't get up to Adames or something on San Diego.
Oh, look at G. Risen. He lowered his requirement on you guys. He's being nice today. He lowered the requirement.
He just wants the publicity that goes along.
That's what it is.
There's no way he's not giving away. I shouldn't say that because I want the likes.
Oh,
I shouldn't say that.
What are you doing?
I already called his bluff in my head a while ago. I just didn't want to speak it out.
There is no chance G. Risen is not giving this play away. Just
you know what?
So just hit the like button in respect to the honesty. We're being honest with you. Title's being honest. I'm being honest.
I'll be honest. I think Simon's going to have to kick him out of the chat. If we don't,
he'll go to Twitter or something.
That's fine. Go follow him on Twitter. He needs some followers. The chat's a lot easier to find, dudes. Hey, let me remind everybody, we do have a whole bunch of podcasts out here. In the First Look podcast, MLB First Look podcast, DC's out there with a whole bunch of different people. We got Stevie. I know Uncle T hops on there. Hoop, have you been on there? Title, you've been on? I don't wake up that early. I don't know when the hell he tapes it, but I'll be happy to. You know what? I did the show for him 2 times, and I never got the thanks. That's when he had the COVID. I'm still upset about that title. Anyways, doesn't matter. I got to work with him. He shaved his head. I'm happy about it. And he's up to lock show today. So premium draft cheat is what you get with Tony JSU. And make sure you listen to the podcast, the First Look podcast every morning. If DC, and there are going to be days now when DC's not on the free show anymore, peoples, you can listen to his podcast if you don't have enough. So yeah, where is Uncle T? Where's Uncle T at today? I miss Uncle T.
He's in chat.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
he's in the chat.
Hopefully Uncle T is planning the lunch that he owes me from the golf bet this week. Uncle T owes a lot of people lunch. Me, Mangone. Yeah, for the golf bet. He was his boy Thomas Peters let him down, so he owes me lunch.
Why do people keep making bad bets? I'm serious. It's amazing. We got a bet side over here. Just type in get bets and you get it for like 20. Just add the bet side for $20 and learn how to bet, people. Uncle T, you might want to sign up. You know, draft cheat, definitely. Like, we might need an instructional video. When you bet, make sure you're getting something in return when you bet, not just giving something up. Except I didn't follow that and I lost the bet to Title and Rubio, but don't worry about it. Just ignore that part of it. So the outfield is where we go next, Town. Let's not do obvious guys here. Okay. Austin Meadows is going to be chalk. Bryce Harper, people are going to run Bryce Harper out there. Ohtani, I play Ohtani every night, it seems like. Kelnick is 2.9 on DK. Why not? Who's the non-obvious dudes that you're playing at outfield tonight?
All right. I like that. Up top.
Crazy.
Up top, I'm going to go Mookie at 6'2". I like these Dodgers today. I don't think Kelly's very good. There's not a lot of full stack spots today. So I think going Heaney, that'll give you some money at pitcher. Mookie's definitely a good spend up. I like Bryce Harper at 5.4K too. This guy is so good. He's starting to hit well. 5.4K. I'm definitely on him. Kyle Schwarber, going right back to him. I like this Washington, the lefties against Davies. 4K on DraftKings. Definitely sign me up for that. He's going to go deep again. I don't know if that's G Risen's call, but I definitely am going right back to him. Tommy Pham, another one. I like this San Diego getting a little mini stack. You can go Pham Machado. Maybe add in someone at the bottom of the order or something. 3.1K though. If you want to pivot off of, Meadows is around that area. Kelnick's around that area. I like this San Diego team against Scombler is no good. The lefty. Outside Mitch Haniger 4-4. I don't know, to be honest. I got to play Meadows in a lot of lineups. I'm going to go up at outfield, I think, a lot of spots because we talked about how bad some shortstop is, second is, stuff like that. It's going to be a spend up position mainly for me, to the Harpers, to the Mookie Bettses, Kyle Schwarber in that mid tier. And then, Meadows is way too cheap. Kelnick, like you said. Some of the Brewers, if they play, maybe Avi Garcia or Lorenzo Cain. They're both in the heart of the order, very cheap. 3-3 on DK for Garcia. Mix in one of them if the game's going, which it should play. It's more of a worry for pitchers. It's a spend up position for me, though. I like the upper range.
Yeah, I will say, I did pull up the weather. It looks like it has improved quite a bit. So I don't think
pitching too.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's supposed to rain now until it looks like it got pushed like way, way back. Nice. Maybe like 11 o'clock is when it's supposed to rain.
Where's this at again, guys?
Kansas City.
Kansas City. Okay.
I'm no weatherman, but the risk looks to be lowered quite a bit here.
Okay. So listen, there's so many outfielders. We know the outfielders that people are going to play.
So who's Kelly isn't pitching? Kelly got scratched?
Correct.
Who's
pitching? We didn't
pitching?
mention this at the top.
Bullpen?
No, Corbin Martin's coming out there. He's the kid that was in the Greinke deal a couple of years ago, and not a big time strikeout pitcher. With command.
I'm still on him. Yeah, I didn't see that somehow. I'm still on them though.
You're still on the Dodgers or what?
Yeah, I like the Dodgers are one of my favorite stacks.
Okay, yeah, I think that's an upgrade.
I don't think. I don't think. I don't know much about this, Mark. From what you just said,
I know a bit about him. Like I said,
the Dodgers.
Yeah, he struggled with some command down in a very limited minor league sample. But I don't. Dodgers to me though, Title's on the Dodgers. Let's just have this discussion real quick. They've just underachieved so much this year. Now it's not only no Bellinger, but now it's no Seager, but there's still some pedigree. There's blue bloods in there. And sorry to say that because it's the Dodgers, but dude, they got some mashers. I have been fading them since being on them every night the first month of the season. What's your take on the Dodgers, Hoop?
Yeah, I like that. I mean, the thing about tonight is the offenses all just kind of look similar. There's nothing that stands out as like a must-go spot. Like, oh, I have to get exposure here. I have to get exposure there. One, that means ownership's going to be spread out quite a bit. Two, you can start looking for teams that might be underperforming a little bit and get them before they start bouncing back. We know the Dodgers offense is going to get going at some point this season. They're not going to be, performing like they are all season long. I love going to the Dodgers. I like targeting teams that are late games. This is a late game, although we do already have the lineup for the game. So it might, bring up the ownership a little bit, but yeah, I'm definitely on the Dodgers. The outfield position, it's always loaded. There's a ton of guys that you can play. Jake Lamb, I really do like at 2.6K batting second there. Another cheap guy, Andrew Young for the Diamondbacks. He's batting fifth tonight. Betting fifth, 2.3K, really, really cheap price tag. We like the Rays guys. Tommy Pham, I mean, he's kind of been a disaster, but he's super cheap, 3.1K. Brett Gardner, depending on where he's at, 2.7K. He almost hit one out yesterday.
No, you didn't.
What? I played him yesterday.
Brett Gardner?
Yeah, it worked out well. I played him yesterday.
How did you
do? Hit it to the warning track. Got a double. They actually got a triple, I think. You got a triple.
Remember, folks, this is the free show. So the guys that know what they're doing sometimes are going to change their mind on players before. I can't. Brett Gardner. What?
2.7K is 2K on FanDuel.
Yeah, but if you get 3 at 2.7K, is that worth it, or 2 for a walk?
You got 12. I was the first time I played him all year, so it's a sign of things to come.
All right. It's coming off a good night.
That was the first time I clicked that. And listen, the only reason I played Brett Gardner because everything else fit. He was 2K.
Okay.
I didn't go out there and say first name I'm clicking is Brett Gardner tonight. No, it just made everything else work. And I don't hate him again tonight. So we'll see. Not a first guy in. Joey Gallo, I think tournaments 3.8K. I mean, he's a guy if you're MMEing every single night, he should be in your player pool. Tonight is no different. Schwarber, I agree with that call. I do like him tonight. Another tournament play, maybe Christian Yelich here. 4.7K on DK. Fine with that price tag. Like always, outfield is a loaded position. The Rays guys are going to be the most popular, but there's a lot of different ways you can go.
Matt Beatty, another one for me, 3.3K in the 5-hole. In that Dodgers order too.
How much pool holes are you gonna have tonight since you're stacking the Dodgers title?
It'll be the one I leave out. I'll chase the upside there. I mean,
that's terrific. I'm gonna keep reminding everybody this because it's happening today. DC is gonna be on some premium shows, folks. So for those of you stopping by to see DC, he won't be on as many times during the week. We're still gonna have him on this show. But we're also, you're going to want his stuff. You're going to go behind a paywall. RPS Heater 25, new promo code, 25% off your first payment. It'll be Tony, it's Big T, JSU, and DC on the up to.
Does that mean we're the junior varsity team now?
Who?
Are we the JV squad?
I've been thinking about this. No. This actually puts us on a higher platform is what it is because this is a free show.
Gotcha.
So the people that are not subscribers get to watch us, which is why I'm looking for.
We're the it's like what do they say the radio people, like you have a face for radio, like those guys on the Up to Lock show have a face for radio. We're the better pretty looking ones? Guys, right?
Yeah, pretty
more viewers, more eyes on us.
Correct.
That sort of
correct. Okay. Yeah, they'll put the ugly guys back on the paywall. Yeah. They put the cute guys up front. That's a great way of putting it, Hoop. Hoop said it.
It was a request from all our female viewers, right?
Yeah, all 4 of them. So, and honestly, I'm surprised we got 4, but I'm happy we do. All of you. Title, it's time to get some stacks, buddy. Let's do some stacks. Besides for the Doyers, give me one other stack you're on.
I'm going to go White Sox are too obvious. They're too expensive. I'm going to go with these Washington lefties. I know we don't love the weather. in Chicago. I think that might keep ownership down a little bit. But Zach, on a slate where pitching is pretty solid all across the board with no standout spots, Zach Davies is a guy I'm going to pick on if I got a full stack. Someone going with the lefty, Soto, Schwarber. Yeah, give me the Nationals as my second favorite.
The Nationals are your second favorite. Who are we targeting here, stack wise?
Yeah, a couple that I like. I like the Braves. I don't know how many people will really be on them tonight. The Braves, I think, could go a little under-owned. I do like the White Sox too. And you know what? I don't know how owned the White Sox will be, just because, you know, they had the perceived tougher matchup with Pineda. Now the guy's scratched. Is everyone going to be on top of that? I mean, I'm sure they will, but I think there's a chance they come in a little bit lower. And then another one that I kind of like low on would be the Brewers. Their lineup's kind of starting to come back together a little bit. Yelich is back in there. Lorenzo Cain going up against your boy Bubik. So yeah, give me the Brewers as under the radar one.
I asked you a question about Bubik, and now he's my boy. Every day, your boy. That's just what you say, your boy. It's like nobody's boy. You just say it's your
Hey, you
boy.
were the first to mention him, so I mean, it's got to be your boy.
Well, I'm the host. Of course, I'm going to be the first to mention him. I'm the one that brings up the players first. How'd you get that Mariners hat going, by the way? That's pretty random.
It's for my son's baseball team. We're the Mariners, so got a game tonight. Cool. Big game tonight. So
go Mariners.
Yep, go Mariners, baby.
How are we doing on time?
Hopefully they perform better than the Mariners. Huh?
We doing good on time, pal? We're doing good. We got plenty of time here. So here's the deal. You are still 79 likes shy of G Rising. All I'm saying is the guy gave out Schwarber for a home run call yesterday, and I think it was 350 at plus 350. Not bad. Plus
three. He's willing to do three. You know, he's willing to do three today. So
right. I'll just listen. I got no problem if G Rising just wants to put it in the premium Discord.
Yeah, that's fine.
The coordinators Discord, where only me and Hoop and Title and other people at work can see it. But I'm just saying, I recommend you guys try and get the G Rising. That's all I'm saying. Title, what is the name of your play these days? Are we the dry hump? Are we the basketball? What is it?
Whatever you want. It's been the SO, whatever you want to call it.
I like SO. Yeah. SO! All right. Play of the day. Let's do it. Play of the day for Title's the SO play of the day.
Yeah, I'm going to go with someone in the Dodgers lineup, of course. It's going to be Will Smith in the 4-hole for me. I think he's the best hitting catcher in baseball. Homered again. Yes, he homered yesterday too. I was on him. This Martin dude isn't very good. I thought it was Kelly, and I still was going to have interest in him. Sounds like he's even more of a downgrade. It's going to be hard to stack some of these full teams. I mean, none of these teams stand out completely. The Dodgers are a team I'm going to full stack. I'm going to get Heaney, and that's a cheap pitcher enough. Some other punt spots we talk about. Give me Will Smith as a pay up at catcher.
Okay. Hoop, it's the 4X play of the day. 4X play of the day for Hoop.
Yeah, I went with the White Sox yesterday. I went with Moncada. It worked out well. I mean, he got the job done. He got us the points that we were looking for. I'm going right back to the White Sox tonight, and it's going to be my boy Yerman Mercedes.
Ooh, yeah.
That was mine yesterday. I love it.
That was fun. That was a fun way to end that game. You see, he went up against what's the catcher's name that pitched?
Estito or Astudi, whatever his name is.
3-0 count. He just bombed one to dead center. It was great. I'm going with him. Big power. I think he gets it done here against some dude named Ober.
You know, guys complain about they should have the mercy rule and only pitchers should pitch. You know how great it is to see a position player end up pitching. Yeah. Like I will turn on a 20-2 game to see the position player pitch. It's great.
100%.
Yeah, that'd be like the NBA if they allowed the problem is that every game is like 40-point blowout, but like if the water boy could play, I totally want to see the water boy. Like some guy that's 4'9" going up against NBA players, that'd be awesome. Yeah. So I'm down with that. The edibles play of the day is my play. You know what, chat? I was looking at him today, and then the chat started bringing him up, and then I did a little more research, and then I remembered that yesterday me and him had a little thing on Twitter. I was telling him to dye his hair a little orange stripe in the blue because they got new uniforms. Jazz Chisholm, shooting on my Chisholm right now with Jazz. That's who I'm going with. A very difficult matchup, a guy that has a ton of speed, one of the only guys that still steals bases in Major League Baseball, ends up getting hit every single night. I mean, this is bigger than number. This is eye test, foot test. So I'm going Jazz Chisholm with the edibles play of the day. Where did we get to? Likes 238. That's not bad. Okay.
Still 12 short, right?
That's short. Yeah, you're not getting G Rise's play.
Not getting it. Damn.
Especially after what Hoop said. No, it's definitely not getting it.
Killed the momentum on that one, huh?
Oh, G Risen's giving out the home run call on the Up to Lock show.
Oh, that's okay. That's a good call. I like that.
RPS Heater 25. Yeah. RPS Heater 25. 25% off.
He went as far on Sunday to say he picked. I know I talked about it yesterday. He picked Marcus Semien. He said he's hitting the first at bat of the game. He's hitting a bomb. Sure enough, he did. Schwarber, I think it was his second at bat yesterday. The guy's on a heater. He wants his face on the front page of Run Pure Sports. He said that's his goal. So if it hits tonight, maybe we'll make some adjustments to the website.
Hold on a second. Like, is it possible just to put his face, take all of our pictures down up top and just put his face on there?
I'm sure we can make it happen.
If his home run call hits tonight, no, you need 3. He needs it to hit it tonight and tomorrow. I recommend if he or D-Rock hits their home run call 3 straight nights, they should take our pictures down and just put their face right up there. And that's the face of Run Pure Sports.
I don't even think with D-Rock, I don't think we should go with the face. It should just be his, upper body, the his nips breasts, and tats.
Yes.
Just the nips and tats, no face.
Okay. All right. That's title. Any thoughts on that, buddy? You're just sitting there again.
I'm just Title.
I really do. He's just a happy kid, man. Everything's good with him. So the last thing I will say is Tony, JSU, DC, premium Up to Lock show. We have it every single day. Even on the weekends, we got the Up to Lock. And today, it's in 35 minutes. So we moved the time. Okay, 5:30 every day, MLB Countdown, our premium Up to Lock show. 5:30, and then, it's until 6:30, but usually we'll go up to lock and maybe we'll hang out and do a little bit
There'll
more.
There'll be NBA mixed in there too, especially.
Yeah, tonight there'll be NBA, right. And then the other thing was Nick's story said, can you go over the pitchers again one more time really quick? Can we just do that? Here's the pitchers that you're going to want to play. Cody Poteet, Tucker Davidson, and Jordan Yamamoto. Nick, that's what you get when you're late to the show. No, seriously, Title 2 pitchers and then Hoop 2 pitchers, and then let's get the hell out of here.
If the weather's going to be good, I'm going to go Woodruff Heaney, but Zach Wheeler's right up there for me too. My stance is underweight on Blake Snell today in tournaments.
Okay. Hoopage?
Yeah, feeling a little better about Woodruff. Now, like I said, not a meteorologist, but that weather appears to be improving quite a bit. Wheeler, Heaney, it was like just 4 or 5 guys. I always keep my player pool pretty small at the pitcher position.
All right. Very good. If I offended any socialists out there today, too bad. Just send a letter to Hoop, and I'm sure he'll try and calm you down. It's Hoop at Run Pure Sports. Just making that up. Simon, great work today. Anytime we don't hear you, means you've done a great job. He's done a great job as always. For Titletown and Hoop, I'm Holden. Up to Lock show starting in 34 minutes. Keep running pure.
Good luck, everybody.
Pew.